Peace everyone, thank you for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I am Zoena, aka ZuZuNatural. I am the owner of Inner Outer Balance Crystal Shop and Cosmic Crystal Subscription Box. If you're interested in either of those, information is in the description below. I make videos about crystals, self-care, wellness, healing. If you're interested in any of those topics, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. So today we're going to continue our 7-part series on crystals for the chakras. We left off with the throat chakra, which was 2 weeks ago. And today we're going to be talking about the third eye chakra. If you haven't watched video 1 through 5, go ahead and check those out. I'll try to put like a link up here somewhere up there. Or also you can look at the playlist. I have a playlist that has all of the videos in it, so you can watch them in order. Start at the root and then work your way up: root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, and then now third eye. Today we're talking about our third eye chakra, and our third eye chakra or brow chakra is located at the peak of our spinal column, where the medulla oblongata is, right here between the brows. So if you can see that, like right through there, right up in there, that's where it's located. The color is indigo violet, so I have blue on. It's kind of close to indigo violet. I couldn't find any violet, so I was like, this is close enough. But I do have my third eye chakra crystal bracelets on. And so the third eye chakra is associated with your intuition. It's associated with your psychic abilities. It's associated with your inner knowing. It's often called the third eye. I like to call it the mind's eye or the first eye, because it's the eye that truly sees, right? We think that we are truly seeing with these, but this is the eye that truly sees. It's so through the energy of this chakra, you are able to foresee your future. You're able to manifest your future self, right? So your dreams and your aspirations, your manifestations stem from this area. So we talked a little earlier about manifesting very often takes place in the solar plexus, right? The seat of personal power. But here is where the vision starts. This is where you are able to see yourself. There's a quote that says it must happen in the mind first before it happens in reality. So you are what you think. And so that is what the third eye is about. You are what you think. You think it first. It pops up as a thought, and then you manifest it into reality. So that's how powerful the third eye is. That vision, that sight, that inner knowing. So the third eye chakra is associated with your brain. It's associated with your neurological systems. It's associated with your pituitary gland. It's associated with your parts of your ears, parts of your nose, your sinuses, as well as your pineal gland. And so those are the regions that are affected by that energy zone. And so if you are out of alignment, whether you have a blocked third eye or overactive third eye, some of those systems might be out of whack. When your third eye chakra is in alignment, you have clear vision, you have clear perception, you're able to manifest your dreams and your desires, you are tapped into your intuition, you're tapped into your psychic abilities. And I don't mean you have to be like Miss Cleo, although I think she was fake, wasn't she? I'm not sure. But you don't have to be like psychic, but you have this knowing, like, and I guess it's just like a intuition on steroids. Like, you have a blocked or overactive third eye, you don't have clear vision. You are not able to manifest. You are a victim and feel like things are out of your control because you can't see clearly the vision. You can't see clearly where you want to go. You might have headaches, migraines, eyesight problems, hormonal problems, anxiety, depression, be super stressed. And I don't just mean like your basic stress. I mean like just stressed over everything all the time. And if you suffer from nervous breakdowns, right, whether that's one or multiples, that's associated with that energy zone. It's just a key indicator that you really need to work on that energy zone and get that in order. Also, dyslexia and strokes, believe it or not, are associated with an imbalance in the third eye chakra. There are numerous ways to help bring your third eye chakra into alignment. And one of those ways is yoga. We've talked about this in other videos. And so yoga is just a beautiful mind, body, spirit exercise. And it is just wonderful for your entire being, right? Just when you do yoga, you can feel it. And I used to have a yoga teacher in Houston at Yoga House Houston, Jamal. I don't know if anyone remembers him, but he's not there anymore. But he used to say something that really stuck with me. And he said that the postures that we're doing in class is not yoga, right? Those postures are getting us to yoga. That energy that you feel when you're done with class, when you're done with the postures, once you've gone through all of the movements, that is yoga. And I used to love when he said that, because when you're sitting there after class, after you've done those postures and those, you have this just, you feel so good and you're like, this is yoga. Okay. But yoga is a beautiful way to help bring all of your chakras, but your third eye chakra, into alignment as well. And specific poses like downward facing dog as well as child pose are excellent for the third eye chakra energy zone. Your food, right? Your nutrition. That is what fuels you. That's what fuels your body. That's what fuels your mind. And so, of course, it would be no different that it would help keep you in alignment, and your third eye would be no different. And so foods like those indigo, those purple foods like your purple grapes, your purple kale, your purple cabbage, eggplant, which is one of my favorites, those are foods that are associated with that energy zone. And so eating those, a plant-based diet, that really helps you stay in alignment, your entire system, but also your third eye chakra. Meditation, of course. So meditation is an excellent mind, body, spirit exercise as well. And even simple as giving yourself 5 minutes a day where you meditate, whether it be in the morning or in the evening. I used to meditate a lot in the evening, but lately I'm finding that meditation in the morning, first thing when I wake up, has been more beneficial for me. So I've been doing that, and sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's an hour. It just depends on how much time you have. But when you start doing these practices, you realize that these are practices that are for you, right? So a lot of times when you don't look at them, when you look at them as like a chore, like, oh, I have to meditate, oh, I have to do yoga, and you don't realize that, no, I'm doing this for me. This is for me, for my mind, for my body, for my spirit, to help me stay in alignment, to get in alignment. And so meditation, particularly with mantras, and the mantra Om is associated with the third eye chakra. And I'm sure if you've heard any Buddhist meditations or Buddhist chants, you've heard Om. Om. So chanting that is excellent for bringing that third eye chakra into alignment. Or listening to that during meditation. And that's easy to find. You can just put in Om, OM chants or Om meditations, and you'll be able to find those, and you can just play those, and you can listen to them. You can listen to them in the background while you're doing things, or you can listen to them while you're meditating. And of course, crystals. We can use crystals to help bring our third eye into alignment. And I'm going to show you a couple of the crystals associated with the third eye, and then I'll talk about a few of them. And so some of my favorites are, and this is always a fan fave, and that's amethyst. Amethyst is a fan fave. Amethyst is associated with the third eye chakra. It's also associated with the crown. So keep in mind that some of these crystals might be associated with several chakras. Now, for amethyst, I prefer to use it for third eye energy work as opposed to crown energy work, but you might not. You might prefer to use it for crown, so just know that it's for the third eye in the crown. That's a beautiful piece of amethyst, and that's for sale in the shop, just in case you were wondering. It's $53. Also, this guy, look at this beauty. This is a beautiful amethyst heart. He's 111, but that's amethyst again. Also, we have lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is associated with the third eye, and I'm going to talk about lapis a little later. Here's some more amethyst. This is chevron amethyst, and it has that chevron pattern. That's how you know that it's chevron, and the chevron pattern is amethyst with quartz. So that's white quartz or clear quartz in there. And amethyst is a quartz, but this is particularly amethyst quartz with a clear quartz or white quartz that makes up chevron amethyst. Also, we have fluorite. Fluorite's associated with the third eye. There's a piece of fluorite. Here's another piece of fluorite. This one is a rainbow fluorite. This is more of a purple fluorite, and you know, fluorite comes in all different colors: purple, blue, green, yellow. So the ones that I'm talking about is associated with the third eye are going to be in that indigo violet color spectrum. Also, the rainbow ones that might have some of the other colors that are mostly purple. Labradorite. Labradorite is associated with the third eye. Look at that. Look at that flash. Look at that flash. I've got some more labradorite. I love this guy. This is my own personal Buddha head. I have it on my altar. He's got so much flash. And more labradorite. This guy's for sale. Oh, I love him. I can't believe he's still in the shop, but he's associated with your third eye. Lepidolite, you guys know lepidolite is my favorite. I love this palm stone. This is mine, and I love it because it has, if you can see it, it has like the flecks of kind of flash. Here's another piece of lepidolite. That's a lepidolite pyramid. Lepidolite's one of my favorite third eye crystals, and one of my favorite crystals in general. Tiffany stone. Tiffany stone is associated with the third eye chakra. And tanzanite. This is a tanzanite bracelet that I have. Tanzanite is found in one place in the entire world, and that is Tanzania, which is my ancestry. And so there we go. Tanzanite. Charoite. Charoite is associated with the third eye. That's found in Russia, and this is a pricier stone that's associated with the third eye. Did I miss? Oh, of course, I can't forget indigo gabbro. Indigo gabbro, also known as mystic merlinite, is associated with the third eye. It's also associated with the root chakra, and we know that because we see that black in there. So this is a beautiful balance between the two energy zones, the third eye and the root. And I've talked about this in other videos. I love crystals that are associated with multiple zones, particularly upper and lower chakra zones in one. It just gives you this nice, beautiful balance. I like to meditate with those crystals because you want to be grounded when you're meditating, but then you also might want to work on those upper chakras. And so I love a crystal like this. Is that it? Oh, no, that's not it. Iolite. This is iolite. Iolite is associated with the third eye. Show you this bracelet set that I put together in the shop. You can find this in the jewelry section. It might be in the new product section as well. And this I like to call a third eye or an intuition and spirituality bracelet set. And I love it. It has phosphosiderite, which is associated with the third eye. It has lepidolite, and it has amethyst. And this is a wonderful combination. Oh my gosh, look at those purples together. It is so gorgeous. So the first third eye crystal we're going to talk about is lapis lazuli. These are some examples of lapis lazuli. It is so beautiful. I love lapis. Here's a little tumble. Now, lapis is associated with the third eye, but remember last week we talked about the throat. It's also associated with the throat. I prefer to use it for third eye energy work. Lapis lazuli is one of the crystals that I see the most throughout the ancient world, particularly ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt. If you've seen any of the artifacts left behind, you'll see a lot of lapis lazuli, particularly King Tutankhamun's funerary mask. If you've ever seen that brilliant, beautiful blue that you see is lapis lazuli. It also has carnelian and turquoise and of course gold, but you'll see this a lot throughout ancient Kemetic or Egyptian artifact. In ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt, it was believed that lapis lazuli would help lead your soul into immortality and also open your heart to love. And so it was included in a lot of the burial tombs that you find today. When they open up the mummy or they open up the tomb, they'll find lots of lapis lazuli, particularly in those who were wealthier, like your kings, your pharaohs, which we call Nisut or Nisut Biti, but they were found always in those tombs. Lapis lazuli is known as the wisdom stone. It helps you tap into your inner knowing, your intuition, your psychic abilities. It also helps you pull forth your truths, right? That knowledge that is trapped in your DNA that that you don't know, because we are our ancestors, right? So everything that has ever been known, you have access to. And this is a stone that can help you access that. Of course, there are other tools that you can use to help access that information, but crystals are a wonderful one that helps work with accessing that information. And lapis lazuli is a fabulous one to dig within. It's also excellent for balancing your feminine and your masculine energies, right? So that way you have a nice delicate balance between the two. Lazuli is associated with a lot of zodiac signs. Some of the primary zodiac signs it's associated with is Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, and Cap. I'm a Scorpio sun sign, and so this is one of my favorites to work with when I'm dealing with stones, specifically for like my zodiac sign. This is also a great one to work with if there are any, like for example, we just had the full moon in Sagittarius. Well, this is associated with Sagittarius, so this would have been a wonderful one to add to work with if you were doing any full moon energy work. This would have been a lovely one to add. So keep that in mind too. With the stones, when they're associated with the zodiac sign, it doesn't necessarily have to be your zodiac sign. It can be like the moon is in, the new moon is in, the full moon is in. There's a lot going on outside. Y'all live in the city, so just ignore that in the background. Hopefully you didn't even hear it. But yeah, and so you don't have to be that zodiac sign to work with it, but it is sometimes nice to know. And a lot of times people will say, well, oh, I'm a Scorpio, what stone is for me? And so I like to tell people just because of that. Amethyst. Amethyst is the stone of spiritual awakening. It helps activate your spiritual awareness, and it is such a beautiful stone. This is one of those fan fave stones. It's very abundant. It's found throughout the world, pretty much on all continents. There's some form of amethyst that is available. Some is a little lighter, some is a little darker, some is different colors. You even have pink amethyst and black amethyst, but pretty much you can find amethyst, which is a quartz, everywhere. And so I love that it's abundant, and so I like to mention it because it's easy to find. Some of the stones may not be as easy to find, and look at this baby, look at that. And also I showed you this one earlier. Let's look at this one too. And so this is a stone that's associated with the third eye, also the crown. I told you that earlier. But as far as your third eye energy work, it's wonderful for your intuition and your tapping into your psychic abilities. So if you're trying to develop those, if you're trying to take your intuition or your psychic abilities to another level, this is a really good stone to work with. Now, I have read on numerous occasions and I have heard on numerous occasions that amethyst is an excellent stone for sleeping, for insomnia, for helping you have pleasant dreams and a sweet, deep sleep. Now, what I want to say about this is that a lot of information that you read and hear about crystals is something that multiple people share, and so it gets passed down and it becomes like the truth or the gospel of the stone. However, what you have to remember is that you want to work with the stones to be able to figure out how they connect with you, how you connect with them, and what kind of energy you feel from it and what it helps with. So for me, amethyst does not work well for sleeping at all. Anytime I have had amethyst in my room or near my pillow, near my bed, I have had the craziest, raciest, most active dreams you've ever had, and I wake up feeling just like I haven't rested at all. It's just like there's so much going on. So just keep that in mind when you hear or read these things about crystals. They're just a guide. They're a guide to help you discover what they may do with you or for you, but it might not be the case with you because you are a unique energy. Just like this is a unique energy, you are a unique energy, and how you interact with this crystal may be slightly different than what you hear or read about. And so I just want to throw that in there, just because every time I see it, I just chuckle like, not for me. I am not sleeping anywhere near amethyst. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Virgo. This is the stone that is primarily associated with your zodiac. Of course, you can be any of the astrological signs to work with amethyst, but it may particularly speak to you or call to you if you are any of those signs. Also, amethyst pairs really well with a lot of crystals, particularly clear quartz, particularly rose quartz. Rose quartz and amethyst are a beautiful combination for me because you have that third eye energy work associate, and then you have that heart energy work, and it kind of bridges the two. And so you are tapping into your wisdom and your inner knowings, and you're doing it from a very loving and compassionate place. It's just a beautiful combination to me. Last but not least, we have one of my all-time favorites, lepidolite. The beautiful lepidolite. This is a really nice, deep, dark lepidolite. Oh, I have another piece over here somewhere. I've got this guy. Look at that. These are just, oh, you can see the little flecks of mica. Lepidolite is a beautiful stone. So as I was just mentioning with the amethyst with sleeping, lepidolite actually is one of those stones, for me, is my favorite crystal for sleeping. If you have insomnia, if you have unpleasant dreams or bad dreams, nightmares, if you have anxiety, if you just have any sort of trouble in the sleeping area, this is the one. You have the most peaceful, tranquil, pleasant sleep with this guy. So lepidolite has naturally forming lithium within its composition. Lithium is used in anti-anxiety and depression medications, so it is wonderful for depression. It's wonderful for anxiety. It's wonderful for stress. It is just really a soothing, calming, peaceful crystal, and I love it. I really can't say enough good things about lepidolite. Like, for me, if something's going on in someone's life, I'm like, you know what? The answer is lepidolite. That's the answer. I don't even need to know what's going on. The answer is lepidolite. Lepidolite helps you with deep emotional healing. And one of my favorite stones to pair it with is iolite. And so iolite and lepidolite. Now, I just want to give you a disclaimer before you work with these two together. This is not going to be light stuff here, okay? So lepidolite can be on the lighter side. It's a nurturing stone. It's like your grandmother. It's sweet and beautiful and helpful and loving and nurturing. So when you pair it with iolite, it still has that backdrop of that energy, but it is able to provide a lot more deeper work. And so this is really good if you are doing any past life regression work, if you are trying to heal on a deeper level, not just what you carry now, but we carry energy from lifetimes, right? Because we are not just this. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're spiritual beings that happen to be in this body, but we are not this body, right? And so we have a lot of stuff that we carry with us that we don't realize we do. And working with these two will really help you with, if you use these with dream work. So you tuck these two under your pillow and you intentionally do dream work. You'll do some past life regression. It might be traumatic. I just want to give you that. A lot of times what comes up is going to be some traumatic experiences from past lives that you need to, that are affecting you, that you don't know are affecting you, that you want to heal from. And these two right here are magical with healing that past life traumatic experiences, as well as this life as well, you know? And so I love this magical combination, but just be prepared for really deep healing when it comes to this. And so it may bring up some stuff that may not feel so good, but when you're done healing, it will feel really, really good. I promise you, it will. Just go through it. Just get through the entire process. Lepidolite pairs well with pretty much anything I've ever put it with. So like I said, it just depends on what you want to do with it. So with the iolite, that is that deep emotional healing on multiple levels, not just this lifetime, but it pairs well with rose quartz, so you have that nice loving energy. It pairs well with clear quartz to help amplify the energy. It pairs well with selenite. Selenite is actually one of my favorite to pair it with, and so you have that cleansing and clearing energy. So lepidolite is the bomb. Okay, lepidolite is the bomb. As always, I just want to give you a few suggestions on how you can use these crystals in your life to help balance your third eye chakra, as well as just to balance and be in alignment, period. And so jewelry is always one of my favorite ways. We've talked about this in other videos where I told you in ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, jewelry was called Sa, and Sa roughly translates to spiritual protection, because although it was pretty, although it was fly, although it was adornment and it looked good, it also had a a spiritual significance that was helping with healing, helping with you vibrating on a different energy, a different level. And so, jewelry, it's one of the easiest ways to work with your crystals is just to wear them. I have lapis lazuli on here. I have fluorite. I have amethyst, lepidolite, phosphosiderite, and another piece of fluorite. This fluorite has a little Buddha head on it, this guy. And then I showed you this set earlier, which I have in this shop, and it's a third eye spiritual intuition bracelet set that I have. And so jewelry is just one of my favorite ways. It's just such an easy way to wear it, and you look good too. Meditating is a wonderful way. You can take your crystals, you can meditate and hold them in your hand, either hand, left hand receiving hand, right hand giving hand, and you can meditate with them. You can have them in both hands, you can have them in one hand, you can place it in your lap, you can place it sometimes, like with this one, I'll lay down and make sure I place it in that energy zone instead of sitting up meditation. And it's an excellent way just to get the energy of that crystal all up through and about. And so you can meditate with your crystals. You can use them as home decor. And that way you have that energy just vibrating in the home, in the office, in the area. And this is a nice bigger piece that you could have. You want to have your bigger pieces just for that. You don't need a big piece like this for you. Like you wouldn't have it like dangling like that, but you would have this in the house, and that way it would be able to affect the energy within your home. And so having crystals as home decor is a wonderful way to utilize crystals in your life and to help bring you into alignment. Those are your third eye crystals, and that is your third eye. What are your favorite third eye crystals? Let me know. Drop them in the comments. I think mine, as I told you, is definitely lepidolite. Lepidolite is one of my favorites. Now that might change if you ask me next week or you ask me next year, but for a while lepidolite's been one of my favorites. So that's one of my favorites. What's yours? Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite way to help balance your third eye? I would say my favorite way to help balance my third eye is probably through meditation, just because I'm able to focus on what I want to do. I like to visualize, and as I said before, your third eye is like you're manifesting your future self, like you're doing that through that energy zone. So I like to do a lot of visualization when I'm meditating, and so that's how I like to utilize and put my third eye into alignment, as well as manifest my future. Like, comment, share, all that good jazz. ZuZuNatural. Peace out.